good then. Okay.
There
Because
we go.
I didn't know if you wanted this public or just leave it private, like how it is, you
Well,
know?
that's kind of part of what I'd like to talk about. And
Mm-hmm.
so, maybe we can see how this all goes.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
absolutely, I have no philosophical objection to it. I just want to be sure that I really have a good
Yeah. You just
feel.
you yeah, you just we won't post it. We'll think we're not gonna post it, and then if we you decide at the end, then we will, you know? So
Perfect.
yeah, because it's not a big deal either way, you know? So yeah, it just helps people if they see a video, it helps people understand
Oh,
what the readings are and
listen,
stuff.
absolutely. I mean, I
Yeah,
think that the videos that you have been posting with your clients thus far are really, really helpful to people.
they are.
So
Hmm.
that's why, if this goes great,
Yeah.
I think that would be a terrific idea.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. So we're
I
doing
just
a
want,
recap of the energetic Reiki scan, and we had done a session right at the beginning to gather in the information, and then I took a while to get all the information. So we're talking about the information that I sent to you. You've had time to process it, so now we're recapping up everything, kind of questions and anything like that to do with the information. Yeah, because it was a lot. It was a
it
whole
was a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, I get a lot of
It,
information. I'm like, this has to stop. I have to stop sometime. you know.
I know. I suspect there would have been just a ton that would have
It would have
wanted to come
carried
in
on.
too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it would have just
But
kept on. Mhm.
yeah, no, I mean, no, it was so much, just an incredible amount, so unbelievably helpful.
Good.
And I think, everything all works out as we know.
Mhm.
I think the way it came through, it was able to present aspects that I hadn't really seen before. And that's good. I mean, you could have told me about things that I already knew, and I would have loved that too. But this absolutely expanded my awareness of all the aspects that comprise the me that is, whatever, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And what I found interesting about it is it reinforced in my mind, which is something that I've been kind of thinking was the correct approach for me to this whole process, was coming at it from sort of a top-down approach.
Oh yeah.
I, I think that a lot of people get tremendous information about a lot of earth information, past life information, SSP stuff, my lab stuff, which is great. But I think what felt right for me was to understand it from the top down in order to really be able to process the more proximal things,
Mhm.
like any trauma, any incidences, any SSP MyLab stuff, which is pretty horrific.
Mhm.
uh, if I understand the greater aspects, there's sort of a feeling of capability of
Yeah. You felt more
understanding,
better, like higher above it too, almost like that too.
better
Uh-huh.
equipped.
Yeah. Mhm. I understand now. Yeah.
So, so this was perfect.
Yeah, more
Uh,
empowering, huh? Really
it,
empowering
well,
because you got
that's
all the. You'll
there
have
you
to even
go.
remind me of all the stuff. I remember the blue bird, but it kind of is a channeled state for all this time, and then I give it to you, and then I release it all, so I'm not like still in it, and
Oh, that's okay.
I just kind of like that, so I can move on with the next person and stuff. So So yeah, just
Cool.
if you want to talk about anything, as soon as you ask me about it, it'll refresh
Okay.
what all I pulled up for you.
Okay. Well, I had to write down a lot of stuff just because,
Yeah,
like we said, there was so many things,
so
and
many.
I
Yeah,
had to sort of put it into um, a distilled set of questions so that, we're not on the phone or until 12 o'clock at night.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will not
Uh-huh.
do that to you. I will
Yeah,
not do
yeah,
that to you.
yeah.
But what I think, looking through it all, processing it all, there are a few things that bubble up as uh, topics that lead into the more granular issues. But understanding some conceptual stuff might help with the more esoteric, aspects. One of the things that I found so fascinating was when you had given information about an aspect that was in stasis.
Uh-huh.
Now, I've heard John Whitberg talk about this, and I guess he refers to it, if I'm not wrong, I might be wrong, as sort of the corbing, um, uh, from whence lots of things emanate. And so I was trying in my mind to really understand how to think about that stasis body
Mhm.
and how it um, operates in relation to, say, the higher self. I mean, what is the nature of the interaction, if there is one? And how should I be thinking about this stasis body? I mean, I never really ever thought to communicate with that kind of a being.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the stasis, because I found that I have an aspect of myself that, so it's like a higher, um, I would say not a higher self, because it's not really higher, it's just a higher aspect that can't be in this energy, in the density here. So it's wanting to experience this lower realm. So it's going to create an avatar body, and then the way they do it, they have, it's like a cryogenic chamber, and so they stay in the salt, they're just like asleep for however long this lifetime takes. Or I think they can even like time goes by fast there, so it seems like that kind of thing. But
Mhm.
everything is recorded, so they can project their consciousness onto, say, a computer. I don't know what that would look like there. I'm sure it's different, but that computer can download the information, like the consciousness that it needs. And then I feel like with the body, then it travels through time, like rewinds time and comes into the bot into, like, it plans its whole lifetime out. So in relation with you, with that, was I saying that you have that, or that's an aspect of you someplace else? But I feel like, um
Yeah.
yeah, so that's gonna be, was I saying that you are an aspect that's in the stasis, or do you have an aspect that is
And
here?
yeah, I have an aspect that is in stasis on a ship.
Yeah. Okay. So then, because you're wanting to learn and experience so much information, and all of these realities where your consciousness is needed to do different things. You have like the elders or the council, they all get with you to begin with and kind of talk about this timeline where you're needed to go into, and then so that's kind of planned out and for that time period or a lifetime or however it's needed, and then what kind of body. And so that's what's kind of planned out. So that, and that, I do believe that they have the oversoul, or a higher self as well, because like the
Mhm.
oversoul maybe would have wanted to experience what it's like to be, have a body that lives out in stasis, like in I know that she lives too. She comes out of the stasis pod, but she goes in there as well. So, um, and she can't be like, you can't open that thing up and get out. You know, she has to stay in there for a set time. And then I do think that they set it so probably they could speed it up there and maybe just slow it down there too. So I feel like it's just like a
Mm,
set time. That's how
mm.
it would make sense to me because we wouldn't want to stay in there a lifetime. You know, we
No.
would. Yeah, so I bet it's just probably like maybe 30 minutes or an hour or something like that, and that's all
Wow.
that's needed. You know, I'm just guessing with that, but
Yeah, no,
it's
but yeah.
not. And then they can just fast forward, or they could just probably track or whatever they need to do with that consciousness. And I even think that they can create a body, um, but they do need a fractal of that being's consciousness, and and to be able to like it, they need the real person in the stasis, the full you know, full consciousness to project. So it's strength is strong, you know. So I don't think that it can be like a fractal of a fractal of a fractal. Then I don't think that that will be very strong. Didn't seem like it to me. So I haven't
Mm.
really heard a lot of people talk about that kind of like a if, I just feel like it's a the person's in stasis and they project their consciousness into an avatar body. They want to live out that wherever it is. They can be an alien, they can be whatever, and then they're going to um travel through time. I guess it's like um probably rewind time to before the mother got or was supposed to have a baby, supposed to have the baby, and then insert their consciousness in the baby. So it's kind of like that where they planned it out. So something like that. It's pretty
Hmm.
detailed, huh, with that kind of thing. So it's not really it like everybody. I just kind of feel different with like because we're all creators, you know, like
Yeah.
creators and stuff. So the like there's this, I know there's like a source light of all, you know, of all, and then it's like the oversoul and then the higher self is like a stream. But those streams, that stream has many streams that go that are experiencing other lifetimes too. So I think it's like a quantum amount of things going on that we don't even know just a little bit, you know, of all of the stuff that is us, that's experienced in other realities, you know. So yeah,
That's so interesting.
like mind
Yeah.
blowing probably. That would be really um just to be able to see all like just a little bit of your aspects, you know, to be able to open up and see more of it. But people say how I want to remember all of my aspects, you know, but then I don't think that's even possible because
Mm.
think how many there are. There's like if there's a quantum amount, because you would have an aspect and then you'd have aspects of aspects and so on, you know. So yeah, of it, of just your stream of consciousness, you know. So yeah, that's um I wouldn't be concerned about anything but your own reality here, you know.
Mhm.
So that's why you came here, is to do your work here that you're set to do. Yeah. I mean, you can
Right.
contact any of them. If you can tune into them and find them, all the ones that I showed you, then you could tune into any of those.
Well, yeah, see,
Hmm.
that's the paradox is yes, it's true that I am here to experience this reality in this aspect, this body, but at the same time, contacting all those other aspects is possible
Hmm.
and is advantageous. So, uh, it seems to be beneficial,
Hmm. Yeah.
on the face of it,
Yeah.
to attempt to do that
Yeah.
and to try and understand where one stands with one's own authority,
Yeah.
and kind of enfolding that into the concept of why one is here and what one is really supposed to do
I know. Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So,
So I think that it's like we're here to bring our frequency. Our frequency is needed, and we just we're boots on the ground, so it's like we're um in like almost like a tree or implanted or inserted in, and so it's like uh almost like we don't have to do a whole lot of anything. We're just give like service to others. We learn that through time because
mhm,
probably at first we're service to self because we have to wake up and everything, then service to others. But we learn and grow and everything for the human experience, I guess. Um, and then we just kind of are ahead of everybody in a way. So we just kind of are the teachers of those waking up too, that can maybe um, help or instruct or just kind of help them navigate through stuff, or questions or and all that. So
and
I
just
know
being a
you're,
presence too. Yeah.
uh-huh, because I know you're ahead of a lot of people around you too, so I mean, they're way far behind. So I don't even think the people around you, like, I just see like in your physical reality,
Mhm.
that's how it usually is, like here too. So we usually are spread out, and put in places where uh, they're not really woken up. And that's why we're kind of put there to help them kind of wake up, shake up their reality some. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So that's really all. I don't think we have to convince anybody to, because they won't believe it anyway, you know. So unless they ask you, like unless somebody asks me stuff, then I don't think like in telling stuff, they just you have to let them. I let people ask me most of the time because then there can be them, they're wanting to know because I can talk to my mom about stuff and she's like, I don't understand. Um, I know you understand, but I don't understand. But but she'll ask me stuff too. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
I'm going on. So
No, no, that's
yeah.
you're really speaking beautifully to the feelings that I have
Mhm.
about the people in my life, my family, my friends I've accumulated over the years.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't really talk to them about
No.
much of this.
Yeah.
There are
No.
just a select
Yeah.
few, and
Hardly anybody
but
on the East Coast, huh, is like
yeah,
awake. I don't know
but
who's all like the percentage that on the East Coast that's um I don't
uh
know. Seems like a lot of busy, like lots of busy working and stuff, over like in New York and like all of that. Like it
yeah,
seems like a place for working and the 9 to 5 and busy shopping and stuff like that. It's like busy. So I'm not sure on, but I know there are plenty of people who are awake though, everywhere. So
yeah. Yeah, but it's true. I mean, certain centers uh, in this country and other countries as well, certain centers are, uh, there are some tough customers. And
yeah.
around where I live is I'm in the New York City
Mhm.
environs,
Yeah,
and
it's just
it's a tough
fast.
crowd.
It's fast paced, huh? Like fast, and then also old, kind of old fashioned too. I think sometimes the way they do things or so, maybe like some things is kind of I don't know, like stuck in the way they do things or something like that. Yeah, I don't know
Hmm.
the way things have been. So like I don't know, maybe like I think like old money or something like that, or something like that, where the people they just pass on their wealth to their kids, and then they have houses everywhere, and or something like that, and then they don't. Um, they're just so a lot of people are wealthy and everything, so I don't know. That's how I seen it when I was in Boston. You know what? my friend Kelly was kind of explaining all those houses, because I was like, what do these people do? These houses are massive. She goes, this is just their summer house. This ain't even nothing, you know?
Yeah.
So, like all that. That's
Hmm.
so yeah, I don't know. I guess she said money's just passed down through the family, and they just keep it in the family, and they aren't waking up either. You try to talk to them and they'll think you're crazy. They'll try to say you need to go to the mental hospital, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's it is tough that way. And I think that certainly the way matters are constructed, it certainly encourages that kind of handoff of wealth. Don't want to necessarily go too heavily into that subject area,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think
Mhm.
we can just pretty much agree that it's set up that way to facilitate that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people utilize it to
Mhm.
the fullest extent.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
but it's interesting just kind of living and existing around this kind of an area. You don't have to say anything. All you have to
Mm.
do is kind of be a bow wave, and it can trigger, if people are, at some level, ready to be triggered. I mean, trigger in the way of, making some sort of shift.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, then that it's effective. It's effective. So yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that kind of brings me to some of the themes that seem to be coming up in your reading, and the written material. I mean, there were a few items that consistently appeared, and I just can, maybe list off a few of them, and we could either discuss them, or you can just, comment maybe.
Mhm.
um, a lot of the roles of these aspects that seem to overlap are uh, being a guardian,
Mhm.
architect, ambassador, timeline construction,
Yep.
scientist, observer, creator. I mean, there's more,
Yep, that all
but
matches you. Mhm.
yeah. And so, like those beings that you brought forward, the Andromedan creator aspects,
Mhm.
the blue avian
Yep.
that you were talking about,
Mhm.
and I guess if we also you also had brought forward, and this was new on me. I hadn't heard of these people before. The Anshar,
Oh,
these sort
okay.
of future humans.
Yeah, I guess I heard that or something. I was doing that and then I heard that name, or it just, I don't know. Cause that's pretty new to me too. So I had to even look up how to spell it. Cause I heard it and I was like, who are these people? Cause I just kept, cause I heard the blue avian, the sphere being alliance. And then that's part of that, disclosure, thing, on Gaia and everything like that. So they talked
Mhm.
about the sphere being alliances, but the blue avian, and then I saw like that blonde haired woman, and I thought she was the I don't even know how to say it, and I was like, how do you say it again? The
Well, the way you
You said
spelled it,
it.
it
You
it
said
probably it sounds like Anshar.
Anshar. Yeah, who was she again? Because I think it's the lady there, right?
Well, yeah, the images that you had sent to me were two images, one of a male figure and a female figure, and
Yeah, that's
it
it.
didn't
Mhm.
really go into detail about either one of them specifically, but just more
Yeah.
about sort of their being kind of timeline monitors and
Yep. Mhm.
adjusters.
Yep.
Uh, And so, I was wondering if,
Yep.
you were just showing me generic or if it was one or the other that was more um,
It was like
pertaining to
that's
me.
your the female was you, and then the male is like a just a person that would also be there with you, but
Hmm.
they are like, because I did see the pictures there that Corey Good and David Wilcock, they talked about that lady who was, I guess she is an onshore, uh but she's like she just kind of real quiet speaking, and she just monitors and was speaking with Corey Good in that at that meeting. So she's like a council lady too, or just a time like I don't know, timekeeper. Um, she's like a council, really high up though, with
Hmm.
a guardian kind of, but not guardian, but just like a um maybe watcher, some several kind of roles, but observer of timeline, maybe observer of timeline or something like that. She's kind of elder, like an elder, and so she just kind of observes things, and then she'll um I think she doesn't probably meet with anyone unless they're there's like a seems to be kind of just very little people who she would meet with that's lower in the like any, but no one comes to her for counseling or nothing like that. She just has meetings, and then maybe I don't even know, I think she just kind of um observes the timeline or something like that. So
Hmm.
she does something like that, and but she's really like graceful, and um like the kind of her voice and stuff too is like uh I can't, it's hard to describe her because she's like just like a really calm or something like that with her presence. And the man too,
Mm.
they're all very like elder kind of vibe, like elder, you know they kind of like float, and then they just watch, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow. Well,
observer, I would say
yeah, that
observer.
it's new information to me, so I'll have
Mhm.
to look further into that
Mhm.
because I don't know, I didn't know about them, and I didn't know about all of that. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess another question. One of the things that you brought forward was an association with the Emerald Order. Now, again, I
Mhm.
can do a lot of research along that,
Yeah.
um, but I wasn't I wasn't really clear or feeling that I knew what um,
Your role is,
the nature of that association
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So it's like a male. You're a male in that uh
Hmm.
with that order. It's like a also like Templar. Uh, you have that matches as well. So it's kind of like, but the higher, not anything in negative. It's more of the higher realm in a way. But the Emerald, um, they seem to be more of like I don't even think that they have anything to do with Earth, really. Doesn't even feel like they do anything with Earth. They just kind of I just see you as a male with them, with a group of men. It's all men, it seems like. Emerald
Hmm.
Order, Emerald. There are some women there too. I do see. It seems like it's another place, like a maybe another planet or something that has like that. Them seems like some other place, because it's like the whole. I guess you might say like a maybe a ship if you want to say, but it's like a place. It's kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings in a way too. How they So it might be an inner earth thing, because it does feel kind of inner earth a little bit. But maybe it does, maybe it's not earth though. Maybe it looks like kind of something like that, but another place. It might be another earth too.
Mhm.
So something like they don't travel. They are in a place. Seems, and then what do they do? The Emerald Order is like, because it's like they're almost and a little bit more angelic, but kind of different a little bit too, kind of uh, esoteric or something a little bit different too. Kind of how the Templar are a little bit, so they like have an order or something like that that they maybe over a place. So where is it at? I should find out some more about that too. I know that Philip that does the readings with Dr. Amir, he
Oh,
talks about,
Phil Barrow, yeah.
yeah, he talks
Hmm.
about the Emerald Order a lot. So I see pictures and I resonate with the pictures, um, and what he writes about them, but I never really see a place that they belong to. But it does feel like they have their own place. So,
Hmm.
mm, yeah, I need to find out some more about that too. But it just
What?
matches it matches you, so it comes up and like in your energy, everything that kind of matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
it's going to be so
Something to
interesting to find
research.
out
Yep.
more, isn't it?
Yeah, Julia Anchorhaven, she says she'll be researching all that stuff that I gave her for a while.
Hmm.
So it's a lot to research. So some stuff I just get the name and then I'm like, um, I just see an image of that or the name, and then so I write it down there, and then I kind of ask like, what is there a picture or something, because I
Yeah.
need like a picture to understand what that is. So I try to find a picture that matches. So it is
Okay.
like it doesn't match any guard, like any archangel, nothing like that. So they are their own thing, the Emerald Order.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
Egyptian, not Egyptian or anything. It's more like Lord of the Rings vibe, it back like kind of something like that. So it
Wow.
might be
Okay.
some, I don't know. Yeah, I need to do some more research on that. Yep.
Well, yeah, no, I would like to do some myself. So
Yeah. Look
fascinating.
at look
Yeah.
at Bill's stuff. His page on Facebook is he has
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there
Good
that you'll
idea.
probably resonate with for sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So, we when we talked, all these things they came out after our initial discussion, and so many of them were completely separate and apart from the nature of the initial discussion we
Yeah,
had,
I know.
which is
That's
kind of
funny.
cool.
Uh-huh. That's
I
how it
mean, it
always
is.
is. I know Julia was like, "Will you look and see if whatever?" And then I was like, "Okay, but I can't guarantee that that's what's gonna come up."
Right. Well,
So,
that's it.
uh-huh.
That's it. And I was really fascinated with the Syrian female feline
Mhm.
goddess.
Oh yeah.
Uh, uh, you
Uh-huh.
know, j-
Like cheetah-like lady, like really tall and like uh royalty. Like I think you like the that emerald green color. Like that matches you a lot in many places. Emerald
my
green.
birthstone. So yeah.
Is it your birthstone here? Oh,
Hmm.
okay. That's
Hmm.
cool. Like a connection to like a
Yeah.
reminder or something too.
My
Yeah.
granddaughter always asks me what are my favorite colors, and I tell her blue and
Uh-huh.
green. And she
Mhm.
says hers are purple and pink. But now she tells me, Granny, my favorite colors are blue and green too. Of course.
Oh, cute. That's cute. Mhm. That's nice.
Um, and the Orion aspect,
Mm-hmm.
the female with the green skin and the red
Yeah.
hair, she looked pretty badass, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. She's on a like a ship, like that kind of warrior person too. Like I would see her like you would see um on the Marvel movies and stuff like that kind of
Mm,
character where she's a fighter. And she's definitely like a fighter. Um like in space and everything too. I can see her on battleships and going through fighting like she's a pilot or navigator, however, and then also fighting too. Yeah,
yeah,
she is really a tough girl. Well,
yeah. Tough girl, but also, if I recall correctly, did also have sort of quasi ambassadorial roles, meaning, being a communicator, facilitator of communication between Orion and other beings and other,
yeah, yeah, I see that.
so, you know, uh,
Yeah,
I guess we all have a bit of that in us. So,
yeah.
um, so it's so interesting because one of the wonderful things that came out of the written material that you sent was very long description, but also what was helpful, it was there was almost an accompanying outline that you provided
Mhm.
to it.
Yeah,
And so, that's the way my mind works. So I
yeah,
like to have the outline, do the cross referencing
yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
why I
really the
gave
way.
it to you that way, 'cause I know how cause I was like don't reply. I'm gonna be sending a whole lot of stuff, okay? So I like to give like an image and then all the stuff about that and then go on to the next one. Like so it's all in order. Like you could write a book about it in a way. So it's like
Hmm.
that kind of thing. Yeah, that's how I like and yeah, that's how my mind is too. Mhm. Like with the organ, like the books, with that
Yeah,
too. So you could write how with my books and stuff, they're all, so I kind of make the readings in that way too. So it's like an outline for the book and everything. Well, so that's how we kind of read and understand it. And there's some kind of order, and you can read a little bit and then take a break and or dissect all of that and then come back or however too. So
right.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, Absolutely. And then you discussed a few of the sort of ET galactic aspects, not in great detail, but just touched lightly on them because it wasn't really one of the um, matters that we went into in great detail in our initial consultation.
Mhm.
But some of it did come through, and I found that that was interesting. You had talked about, and I guess you can't be doing what we do here on Earth and not run into things like Draco and reptilians and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was just briefly mentioned, and I guess I at some point would like to explore a little bit more about that. But again, that is kind of part and parcel of what I had said about understanding it from top down and then
Yeah.
maybe working into all of that
Oh yeah, other
SSP
aspects.
stuff
Yeah,
and,
because it's probably like
and
the oversoul, wanting to experience all of these realities, and
mhm,
then so it's created many beings, and then those beings create beings. So it's like that because they're higher,
yeah,
like um the higher self, or however or it might even be another oversoul. So I don't even I think there's probably more than just like um spirit and higher self and oversoul, and I think it's more than that. There's more places, more beings in between, I believe. even though
Mm,
it's like straight up in that way, but it feels like it's so many beings that are this way going all around because like they want to have all these experiences. So how far does it even go to?
right.
And so how far? Because and then I mean, I'm the same way too. Like, because Sean will tell us we have all of these things outside of universes, out of universes, and I'm like, boom, my mind just blew. I don't even uh like I can follow your words, but there's no understanding of what exactly all of that would mean. It's like a giant being, or so yeah. But
Hmm.
how do we ever know exactly how to like that? My mind just blows hearing him do readings, so I know he
Oh,
blows our minds, huh? We're just like,
yeah.
whoa.
Well, that other night, I listened to him do your reading.
Yeah.
Mine was before yours.
Uh-huh. I listened.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, one of the funny things that is really part of my hesitation in or just trying to be careful and prudent about how to become more public about these things
Yeah.
is knowing that there are, I mean, he's always talking about these apex predators are
Yeah.
coming after you. You need to do
Cheaters and all
deep
of that.
cheaters and depossessions. And,
Yeah.
so
We all have
um,
that, being in this realm. Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so, having maybe something of an awareness of the picture of it has been the important component for me before talking more publicly
Mm-hmm.
about these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And so, one of the questions that I had for you is, I mean, how did you navigate that path? Because, I know a fair amount about your background and
Mm-hmm.
you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And to have that level, that balance of, yes, I want to come out and say these things because it's going to help people, but
Mm-hmm.
not setting yourself up for excessive
Attacks. Yeah.
attack, targeting, etc.
Yeah, cause well, like with doing this work, but that's that's like why we came here is to do our work and stuff. But I think it's the beings that we are coming
Hmm.
into this realm. Then our lights is on and everything. So that's where and then they hijack us and try to hijack pieces of our soul or however or um, take us over here and fracture us and try to take. He said they've tried to almost take my soul before and then they
Mm.
just try to put me in a gladiator ring. So this is like it's like layers of us. So it's maybe altars or layers of our soul, So it's like um I think we have to do like a cleansing out because maybe more just keeps coming up or um,
Mm.
so it's something with that. I don't know exactly how, because I push it back too. And I'm like, I cleanse and clear myself, but like way things get in our field, that's not in this reality. It's like in the universe or whatever, uh, so I think it's good to probably get a session or get on there with him and make checking everything out, making sure everything's solid, holding yourself solid around, so you got a understanding of what you need to do to build a strong barrier so then your force field doesn't get hijacked,
Yeah.
and then so how long will that last? But you just have to keep on probably doing it every single day
Oh,
with your
every day.
force field,
Hmm.
so it's always because you'll have predators from all over the place because we travel everywhere and these other aspects. So they probably track everything. So it's like, oh, like it becomes overwhelming if you think of all this stuff. So just trying to shield yourself and keep yourself cleansed. And here, this is all like I can see in this here, and then maybe getting him to help me look and see if I've got anything going on. So yeah, because he said that was like a tower of demons or something from this life, and I don't know. I have a session with him tomorrow, and I'll have him look again with that.
Oh,
Um,
good. Yeah.
but he said we squash him. He squashed him down. So I mean, it must be like other. I'm thinking it's other aspects that were created within the programs. The
Hmm.
all of these that have these attachments or something, or however they've been taken over or something like that. So um yeah, it's like mind blowing for me, so I have to just kind of go back to him several times so I get an understanding of how to how to combat or whatever to do. Because I know we all have this. It's not just me do it, because it's like we're all in here in this place. So, and we all been in these programs. If we're starseeds, we're in the programs. And it's
Hmm.
just asking the question to him, and then you've opened it up. So as soon as
Yeah.
you ask him, then he's gonna tell you. So I'm ready to. That's what I said. Just blast them, whatever, full power, because I. And so the next day, oh, I felt that I was so tired. Next day,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, and I could feel it. So, I just worked on cleansing and all that, and walked and exercised and everything. So yeah, you just um yeah, I don't have an answer for how he does it, and see, it's I just go back to him and ask him again, like you do, like we all kind of do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's the only one that I know that can see all of this, and he can see it because you can see it in his mind that he's seeing it. So,
Uh, Absolutely. I mean, I've
yeah.
had the same, you know, in my own way that this similar experience with
Mhm.
Sean is he's been amazing in his ability to see immediately, almost immediately, the essence of it, the clarity and the authority that he carries to handle it
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Yeah, I think he's amped up his game too, because he goes to these conferences, and then I notice he likes to help all of the speakers
Hmm.
depossess and all of that, like everything. He tries to clear everybody out, and so by the time he leaves there, pretty much he's cleared out everybody who's like a speaker. He's cleared them out so they aren't being possessed or whatever's going on with them. So, yeah,
Hmm.
he does that. I noticed at the last conference he did that. So I'm sure he continues on doing that. That's probably why he goes there, and then he kind of um he works his magic the whole time he's there doing stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Even at the dances and stuff. We was at the dance at the full disclosure now, and we were all dancing, and we were writing light language all in the building there, and then sending it up. So we was like doing all kinds of stuff there too. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'll bet.
Just
Yeah.
dancing and doing like we all knew what we were doing. Like each of us was like so much work doing that, dancing and but doing all kinds of hand movements and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if Sean ever gets to see this, Sean, we love you.
Yeah. Oh, I did see that he that he was like my son, and but I have to ask him that tomorrow. Where
Oh,
is that? Because I saw him in person, and then I was like, seen him like my son before. Because I see him as my son, so I'm not sure what lifetime or wherever that is. So
yeah,
someplace, because I see him little, like a little, like I'm taking care of him. So yeah.
yeah. Well, he's amazingly gifted, and so are you.
Thank you.
And honestly, it is, I feel it's an honor, a privilege to know you and to have made this connection. Uh, what has been so helpful is starting to branch and work with different people
Hmm.
because everybody has their own gift
Yep.
at accessing information and bringing things out and portraying it
Yep.
in a way so that the person who is seeking to learn to remember can grasp it a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Hmm. That's true.
And so slowly I've been building the group of people that I want to work with, like
Yeah.
Yo and
Yeah.
Sean and Julia
Draco.
Ankerhaven and
Did you already
Dr.
do?
Amir.
Did you do? Had Draco already though? Have you?
I have not. I've not had
Yeah.
a direct communication with him, and
Hmm.
he's been on my mind.
Yeah. Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be a time when that would be absolutely appropriate, and
Yeah.
would look forward to that.
Yeah, a lot of people, he refers his clients to me, and then so I hear, all the like they're, oh, I just love Draco. He did my session with me. I just love Draco, so he does really good. He does, we're like you just said, like everyone has these abilities, but we do it all in a different way that kind of uh mold you this way, and then we send you to this person, and then they mold you this way, and then we send you over here, and then they mold you this way, and then you got a complete person at the end. You're like
Yeah.
at a car wash, you know, like you're like that's what Dr. Amir says, a car wash. So that's funny how he says that.
Hmm.
So it's like he kind of so he does the shaman Reiki and everything, dragon Reiki, so cleanses and clears and stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's one thing we never got to talk about was dragons, and but
yeah.
that that's for another day. But boy,
Mhm.
yes, the dragons loom large. Oh,
Yeah. Did I put
so
dragons in your reading, right? Dragons?
no, it
Oh,
didn't
okay.
have it, but I went through a lot of that with Sean, so I have
Yeah. Yeah, you
you
do have a
know,
dragon. Mhm. Like
a yeah.
yeah, like that movie, the I guess it's like the where the blonde-headed lady with the dragons. The what is it called? The
Oh, Game of Thrones.
is it Game of Thrones? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
can see you as like that blonde-headed lady with the dragon.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess I'm you know fit for the part,
Yeah. Something like that, like one of the roles.
but
But yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let me look at my list here, but I think we are uh, almost to the end of it. We One of the aspects that you wrote about and created images for are my child self. And what I do want to tell you is that when it was
Oh
that you
yeah.
sent all the material to
Uh-huh.
me, by the way, I did, oh boy, did I feel the Reiki that comes along
Oh yeah. That
with
night.
this.
Yeah.
And that absolutely. And it was the thing that it touched on, at least in my awareness most, I'm sure it was doing things at a lot of levels, was the inner child and repairing any rips or tears or helping to really begin that process in a big way. The rips and the tears that
Yeah.
prevented access to that. all, and we won't go, no time to go into all of this, but all the childhood trauma
Mm-hmm.
stuff with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what happens to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it was extremely helpful
Yeah.
in getting that process working.
Yeah, because I was sleeping, and anytime a person enters my mind, and then my hands will start to vibrate like that, pulsate, and then I just started sending you Reiki, and I was like, whoa, she's really needing some Reiki. So, because then it was like all on your chest and everything too, and it was like you was really taking it like how my cat or dogs and stuff do, how they just my hands just pulsate. It's like a pulse that goes out.
Yeah,
So it's like really
I bet.
strong for a while. And then I was like, well, I got to remember to tell her because I fall back asleep too. So it's like during my sleep, I wake up. It's like your spirit comes to me or something, or your something like that. And then I just send it. And then I just usually just fall asleep sending it. And
Hmm.
then I'm like, I got to remember to tell her or ask her something, what's going on with this. Because it's something when you come to me this or like you're needing it or whatever. So yeah, and then I told you and you said, oh, that makes sense, or however, with the
Yeah.
Reiki and everything. So yeah, I never know when it, and that's what happened with Julie and her little girl, inner child. Then she came to me like that too. So it usually happens when I'm uh, like laying in bed asleep, going to sleep, or
Mm.
waking up in the night, and then it happens. So it's during sleep time is when I usually this the people's spirit kind of comes says, hey, can I get some Reiki? So I just do it. So
Well, that
yeah.
was really powerful.
You felt that. Yeah. Mhm. Cool. That's good.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's part
Hmm.
of it. You're welcome. Yeah, it's part of it with the energy and everything. It helps move things out too. So it kind of
Hmm.
clears it out. It's like a pulse, like moving things out. So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the girl in the poodle skirt that talk about her because she was like um she was like a girl who's like um kind of boy crazy, just like love, you know, kind of thing like that, really innocent teenager. So were you like that in your teen years? Were you that way or was this
Well, um, I was, it's kind of funny. As a teenager, I was an athlete.
I
And
remember you
so,
was you did all kinds of sports and stuff. This was like
yeah,
before, seemed like it was like before all of that came about. Like you got serious when you was like in sports stuff. It seems like you didn't have time for the boys or nothing really after that, but before or something like that. Something
yeah.
like that.
Yes, I was a 3-season athlete
Mhm.
and was in high school when actually when Title IX came into law. And so they were adding, girls' sports at the high school level. And so it was an explosion
Oh,
of
okay.
opportunity for
Mhm.
girls my age
Mhm.
at that high school
Yeah,
period. And so, yeah, I got to explore a lot of different sports, but yeah, came
that's
around
good.
to rowing later.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, someday let me show you some of my rowing pictures and
Yeah, I can imagine already.
pretty
Leader,
brutal.
big time leader with that. Very serious. Like,
Yeah.
really serious and mature for your age in high school. I bet people thought you were a college person already or something because you were so
Mm.
mature about how you handled yourself. That's what I see. But with
Yeah.
that little girl, then maybe that's an inner child, that was like that. That
Yeah.
sweetness or so, like with the poodle skirt on,
Hmm.
you know?
It was such a cute image.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm. Like a young teen. Yeah. So anything else with that, with the reading or?
No, well, I think we've hit quite a bunch of things. And those really are the questions that I had about the material.
Yeah.
I know we could talk forever, but that's not what
Yeah.
you know, what we're
we
on
we're all
on for.
exploring like all the aspects. We could go on forever with research and everything, with finding out research of stuff and information, uh,
Hmm.
all of that. So I think I wrote that in there too about you, you would you like all the knowledge of, like, you love all this information or knowledge or something like that, right? Did I put something like
Yes,
that?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so true. Uh, that granular level of detail acquisition, understanding, retention. It's so important to who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help myself.
Yeah. Oh, and I saw you as a cook, remember? So are you
Yes,
an Italian? I know you're Italian and everything too, like that. But I was
yes, my
seeing you
mother was born
make
there.
all
Yeah.
these cooking with the I've seen you making like cookies or something that you really make like a special recipe of, like you just love all this cooking. I just seen all this in the gathering like Italians do, with all the food and like preparing it and talking and having everybody over. But I seen you like in the another time of that, like in Italy.
Yeah.
So all the gathering and everything of that. So that was really cool too to see
Mm.
that. I was like, man, I know you're a tourist, and I know tourists are good cooks. They like to eat good food and they like to cook too. So I know you're Italian, so you gotta be a good cook. You have to be. I already know you're a good cook, but I saw
Hard
that.
not to be. I mean, it with all the beautiful ingredients in
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And
yeah.
that's most people's favorite food too. So most
Hmm.
everybody knows how to cook Italian, but I see you make like special things, like with
Yeah.
all the grandmas around teaching you, like that kind of level. Um, but back in time, like past lives in that in learning as well. So and uh, does your son cook good too, or did you teach your son how to cook or something
My
with that?
my son is, if he gets something in his mind, he's all over it.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
He doesn't really care that much right now then. How old is he?
yeah, he is 30, 33 going on 34,
Oh,
and he
okay.
is just about to get married.
Oh,
So,
okay. Hmm.
yeah. And my daughter has two kids and she's
Hmm.
married. So those are my two children.
Is she a good cook? You teach him
She's
how
a
to
pretty
cook?
good cook when she puts her mind to it. I mean, she's a busy working mom. She is a hairdresser
Oh, okay, yeah.
in Sarasota, Florida. So she's a working mom.
Yeah.
And, but, she does
Try to
make
be
an
at her
effort.
best. Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's our time. The time runs out like for dinner time. There's no time to prepare a huge meal all the time like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was just seeing that you was a good cook. And yeah, I saw that really clearly. And then there was something else. What other picture was with that? It was like an old picture of Italy, like you lived
Yeah,
there.
just sort of a beautiful scene.
Hmm.
I mean, it looked it evoked Venice with
Yeah.
canals
Uh-huh.
and cafes
Yeah.
and
That's why I
piazzas
seen you
and
kind of living in one of those style houses, like maybe um where there was like a um not like a ritzy place. It was more
Mhm.
middle class kind of, so everybody cooked and gathered in small places or outside, something like that. And everybody was kind of more together. So it was like back in time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a nice vision to see of that. Yeah.
and had great feel about it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I see you cooking all kinds of stuff, reading all kinds of ingredients to use and all of that. Yeah.
Well, the most fun thing to do is almost intuitive cooking,
Yeah, that's
where
true. Yeah. Where you already know how to do it, or you just figure it out. You
you
just
just
look
figure
at
it out
something
or
and try to figure it out.
adapt, adjust.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with what you have.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was about all. I was trying to see what else was that stood out too that had to ask you about. I think that was all right. Was
I
there
think
any?
that hit, yeah, I think that that pretty much does it.
Yeah, that guardian and everything, like that kind of role, it matches you, like you said, all of those characters, all those
Hmm.
roles, they match you. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. So I don't know if you want to put this on the YouTube or not, whatever you want to
That
do.
I think this went very well.
Hmm.
I think that that would be terrific
Yeah,
if that can help you.
yeah,
I think
yeah, for
I
sure.
would be glad to say absolutely go right ahead.
Yeah, because Julia really helped a lot of people by explaining it and stuff too. Because people are like, we don't know what stuff is until someone shows us or talks about it and explains it. Then we're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like maybe I might want something like that too, or a reading or something.
That's
And
right.
then so it kind of helps. So that's why I kind of put it out there. I let people decide. Some things I know aren't going to be because it's really personal stuff, so I already know not to ask. If it's kind of
Hmm.
trauma stuff, I that's too much to put out there for people that I don't want to. There's no way. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just kind of ask. So anyway, yeah. So cool. Thank you for asking me to do the reading for you too. I like to see and spend time with you and learn about it's like learning all about you. Um and then so I learned all about you. As soon as you tell me, I'll remember too. So it's like or if I just
Hmm.
read through there and then like with Julia too. So with all of them. So yeah, that's good. And so I hope I can start to help more people like this because it's like a past life reading or something with that too, huh? In that way, kind of like a past life, other
It's
life, other
it really it
incarnation.
feels very comprehensive, you
Mhm.
know. Um and it opens up so many doors
Mhm.
that your client can walk through, and it doesn't have to be in any particular order. I mean, that's the way that you present it really gives your client permission to sort of say, well, that's great. I'd like to explore, door number two,
Yeah, yeah.
and then maybe door number five.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so, yeah, it's in that way, it's really, really cool. And uh, will un it will have its way of naturally unfolding
Mhm.
and developing. And I really do trust the way these things work is the things that need to be examined, viewed, will make themselves known.
Yep. Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
so thank you
Yep.
for your gift, and thank you for,
Thank you
uh,
too
you know,
for your guardianship roles. Yeah.
somebody's got to kick some butt, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
You're like, I'm watching.
Yeah.
No, I'm watching. That's in a lot of your roles, is observer or watcher or guardian,
Yeah.
overseer. So you have all of those roles.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Mhm. But not bossy, nothing with that. You just let people kind of see their own stuff and deal with it. You're just there
Well,
to.
That's
point it out or do something to so they see it or however, and then they can correct it themselves or not, you know? In that
well,
way.
it's true. And, I'm one wonderful lesson of many that I learned from my late husband, Matthew,
Hmm.
was he was on the U.S. National team. He was a rower and
Oh,
rowed at
okay.
world championships and has a medal from worlds and trialed for the Olympics. So, he was at that elite level. And he really taught me something so important, that if it's real, if it's really yours, you don't have to talk about it
Hmm.
necessarily. You don't have to push it in anybody's face. You just let it come out in a natural, organic way.
Yeah.
And that's the real way to have it unfold.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Just being yourself, huh?
Yeah.
And not having to force what you are or any tell people all this stuff about you because it just shows in your character of how you are
Hmm.
in that way. Yeah. That's I
So,
like that. Hmm. So, okay. Well, have
okay.
a good night then, and then
Thank you.
you can watch this on the YouTube channel. And then I'll be seeing you on Sean's. I'll be it'll be live tomorrow.
Oh,
At
fantastic.
yeah, it'd be but it'd be at 9 uh 9 o'clock my time, so it'd be 10 o'clock your time. It might be kind of late because it's 8
Okay.
his time. So, but it'd be live, you know.
That's awesome.
So I was gonna explore the praying mantis and see where that
Oh,
goes. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
And I'll
boy.
ask him about I have all kinds of questions. So we'll just see how it goes. I just let it kind of unfold and go from there. So it's just natural, you know? That's
Good.
how I kind of do. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you in the chat thing then tomorrow. Say hi to everybody.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good
Good night.
night. Bye bye.